Salutations and welcome to an updated showcase video for the latest release of Skyrim the Nords. As always, I'm your host Dark Elf Guy, and today we're going to be taking a look at the December 2018 quest update for the Karthwasten release by the Skyrim the Nords team. A major quest release that was probably overlooked by more than a few of you out there, adding some 40 new quests, a few new dungeons, exterior cells, and a fair bit of other content. This is a pretty massive update, and we're just going to take you through the highlights in today's showcase video. As always, down links are down below, along with a link to the team's Discord server, where you can check out the ongoing progress for other parts of this just massive province mod. But before we delve into the new content here, we're going to do just a quick recap of what Skyrim the Nords is, in case some of you are just unfamiliar with this mod here. And basically, Skyrim the Nords is a province mod, like Terry built that since 2005 has been building the province of Skyrim in the game world of Morrowind, using the lore available at the time of Morrowind's release, including the 3rd edition of the Pocket Guide to the Empire, and other games like the Elder Scrolls Travel Shadowkey. And this is a vastly different take from the province found in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, so you won't see a whole lot of that familiar, Skyrim world here. Instead, this is a province that has recently been rocked by the War of Bindermark, about 30 years before the time of Morrowind, the ramifications of which are still being felt throughout the entire western part of the province. And while Skyrim made territorial gains into Hammerfell, including the cities of Karthwasten and Dragonstall, civil unrest is still rampant in this region, with the Druadach terrorizing the Nordic occupiers and various factions of bandits, raiders, reachmen, and orc tribes making the roads less than safe. As part of the 2017 release of Skyrim the Nords, you got to visit the city of Karthwasten, a thriving merchant city of some 80 buildings along the border between Skyrim and Hammerfell. But despite the city's obvious wealth and easy trade connections of the cities in the reach, it is still a town marked by the scars of a war 30 years in the past, and the horrors of that conflict are still very much felt in the memories of the citizens here. And also included in the 2017 release was the village of Karthwasten, a number of ruins, shrines, and points of interest, and tons of forested wilderness with the nearby Vorndgad Forest. But with that quick recap out of the way, let's take a look at what's new in the 2018 quest release of Skyrim the Nords. The biggest addition is obviously the quest. There's over 40 of them here, including tons of miscellaneous quests from helping strangers locate their missing siblings, to tracking down ancient books in the nearby Dreni ruins, and all sorts of just other, odd tasks. But by far the biggest and certainly most exciting addition here is the new faction and regional storyline questlines, with dozens of quests they can pursue for factions like the Karthwasten Fighters Guild, a faction of rather questionable reputation that has fallen under the sway of mere thugs and mercenaries. But perhaps you can bring some newfound honor and glory to the guild, slaying monsters and improving the safety of the Reach. And of course, where there's a wealthy trade city, there's always a seedy underbelly, and Karthwasten is no different, with a full-fledged thieves guild, with a number of tasks ready to challenge your skills as a thief, and a storyline that intertwines with the Red Guard resistance in Karthwasten. There's also a regional storytelling with a quest to either help out or crush the Vorndgad uprising, and also a new lore and topics dealing with the spoiled prince of Karthwasten, who frivels away his time with just various pleasures. And in addition to all this, the new 2018 release also includes a new bounty quest system, with a notice board so you can find around the city with bounties for you to, pursue, who are wanted by the Karthwasten Guard. And as you complete these bounties, either by killing them or forcing them to surrender, more bounties will become available, which combined with just everything else in this release is just a massive amount of content, with hours and hours of questing to just keep you occupied. But there's more in this update than just quests, and one of the other new features here is a redesign of the Karthwasten docks. The city is connected to the rest of the Reach largely through the Karth River, which travels north up to Karthgad, Markarth, and eventually Hafengar along the northern coast of Skyrim. The docks, as such, are an important part of Karthwasten's trade routes, and now they actually look the part. New dockyards have been added where river ships can come to port and unload their goods, and a new warehouse complete with cranes and storage facilities. which provides housing for the countless goods that pass through Karthwasten on the way just up and down the Karth River. There's also a few lower class homes here, and all in all, this is just a vastly improved version of the docks that were, here in the 2017 release. And also included with the 2018 update is a new set of exterior cells, extending south of Karthwasten to the Hammerfell border. And indeed, you can see the border in the distance where the land just sort of drops off. This area includes a handful of bandit camps, a mining operation, ancient Nordic barrows, and more for you to just discover here. And speaking of, we're just going to take a quick look at some of the new dungeons included in the 2018 update, which includes a new Nordic barrow buried deep in the ground, offering a fairly large dungeon to fight through, complete with Nordic undead, ancient relics for you to loot, and mysteries for you to discover as you delve deeper and deeper into this ancient tomb. There's also a new silver mining operation in this region, where miners toil beneath the surface of Skyrim to bring out raw silver ore to be used in making weapons, armor, and of course, the occasional dishware and other items. This mining operation here is fairly large, with caverns going deep below ground, and some ancient chambers locked away from the public eye, which perhaps might reveal their treasures to a curious adventurer. There's all this and much more in the 2018 quest update of Skyrim the Nords, but we've covered all the major highlights here, so now it's up to you to go out and play this just truly impressive project for yourself. And going into 2019, the next release is likely to be the Sea Dragon Star, a city divided into between east and west, and where political and fanatical hatreds have left a long and blood-stained mark on the city. But more on that later. For now, down the links are again down below, and don't forget to stop by the Skyrim the Nords Discord server for even more progress on this just amazing and ambitious mod. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.